Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about the drink system in New Genesis. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 content daily, so if you do play this game, I'd really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Disclaimer, all the information as well as the footage is taken from New Genesis closed beta 2 test, so everything is subject to change. So first things first, and we are going to press N to open up our minimap, and you can see over here, in order to find the drinks place, you do have to come into the dome area, and you'll see the little like fork and knife symbol. That is basically like the food stand. So there's one on my left over here, and there is one on my right over here. You can talk to either one, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to talk to this NPC over here, and I have two options. The first option is make a drink, and the second option over here is to save a recipe. So for example, if I have a recipe that I already have that I want to save, I can do so here. There are 3 pages, so you can save a total of 30 different recipes. But we're just going to go make a drink over here. So when you're making a drink right here, it's no longer the same as old PSO2 where you just take a shift a drink or like an offensive drink or a defensive drink or whatever. Now you actually get full flexibility in making your own drink based on what materials you use. So for example, if we use meat over here, so there are many different types of meat, but if we use this one over here, using one meat will increase my damage +1. So you can see here, I can put that. If I put 2, it goes up to +2, +3, +4, all the way up to +10. So you can see here, when I put 10 of this meat, I get +10 power and I get +5 weak power. This is probably like critical damage of some sort. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It just translates into weak power. But that's very interesting. However, things get even more interesting when you start mixing and matching. So you can see over here, once you put more than 4 of a material type, you get the second affix right here, or the second substat. If I only put 3, I will only get +3 power. So this is the part where you can start mixing and matching with other materials. So you can see over here, if you just put 1 of this meat, you get +1 power. You can go all the way up to +4, then you can get +10 HP regeneration. However, let's see if we put all 10. If you put 10 of the same type right here, you get +10 power and +50 HP regeneration. And so what you can do is you could start messing around, and let's say that we want to put 5 here in order to increase our weak damage right here, and we can put another 5 over here in order to increase our HP regeneration. Then you're going to see here that totally gives us +10 power, +2 weak damage, and +20 HP regeneration. But we can mess around with this ratio. You can see we can lower this by 4, so it's only +1 weak power, but +30 HP regeneration. And you can mess around with this quite a bit. So let's say that I don't care about the weak power, but I do care about HP regeneration, and I also care about PP regeneration. So this over here gives us PP regeneration +10 if I put 4 of it. However, if I put 10, I can increase this all the way up to PP regeneration +19. Well, I only have 9, so I put 9 of it. So if I did have 10, it would be +20 PP regeneration. So you can mess around with this quite a lot and customize it to whatever you want. So you can see here it jumps up quite significantly. By just putting 4 of this type of meat, you'll see that immediately I get +10 PP. At 5, it goes up to 12, 14, 16, 18, right? So maybe I wouldn't put 9, because 9 only goes to +19. While at 8 I get +18, and then maybe I would mix this, the extra 2 here, to get the +10 power, or maybe I would delete this so that I can get 4. That way I get the HP regeneration, the PP regeneration, and the +10 power. Then all you have to do is click consume, and it'll be like, are you sure you want to consume this? You want these buffs right here? I'm like, yes. And voila, I have consumed this, and now I have gained these buffs. And you also take a nice little drink, and complete. And the next thing is, if you want to save that recipe, let's say that recipe was pretty good, you can just click here on your number 1 tab right here, and this one was the HP regeneration, so let's put 4 of that, and this was the PP regeneration, and I want to put 6 of this. Unfortunately, I don't have 6 of this material anymore, so I can't save the recipe. So you might want to save the recipe before actually consuming it, just so that you don't forget it. So this is super duper useful, especially for forgetful people like myself. And voila, you can see that my stats have increased because I do have the drink, so I do have these stats now for 2 hours basically. All right, it's super duper useful in order to increase your power, increase your stats, increase your battle points. So another thing is battle points is very, very important. You do want to increase this as high as possible because certain content requires you to have a certain amount of battle points. A good example would be the urgent quests. You do need at least 950 battle points in order to do the current or maybe the only urgent quest currently available in the closed beta test. But anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome? For the heals, the boosts, the